Hey peeps, welcome to another vlog. Excuse my voice. Somehow I managed to lose my voice this weekend. I don't know how, I don't feel ill, I'm absolutely fine, but my voice just disappeared come Friday night. Couldn't speak at all, I was very raspy. So hopefully you can understand what I'm saying in today's video. I'm just going to start off today, just loosening up in the bag a bit, practicing the aim. We're doing a little less defense, more offense today. Just trying to make sure I aim. Actually, I'm gonna take my glasses off. Gonna try and loosen up the waist. I'm very stiff. Getting older at day 26, so. But yeah, we're gonna go for like a little, a different video today. So what I want to talk about today is simply a little bit about mental health. And how a lot of people struggle to articulate or advocate how they're feeling. Excuse my voice, it is terrible. I really don't know what's happened to my voice. Like, I even tested for COVID yesterday and I'm absolutely fine. I don't know what's happened, it's just disappeared on Friday. But yeah, my initial point of this video is just to talk about when you're feeling like shit, when you're feeling overwhelmed, what can you do in that moment of panic, worry, anxiety? There's a few things I've learned over many years when I was in care, you know, from when I struggled to articulate my feelings myself. But I think nowadays, especially in 2024, it's more, I won't say normal, but it's more generalised to talk about mental health, you know? It was like 10 years ago, the world was very different. When it comes to talking about emotions, a lot of people always act like they're fine. I've done it, you know? Someone says, "You alright?" You're like, "Yeah, I'm alright." "You alright?" "Yeah, I'm okay." But really, like, why do we lie about that? Maybe not even lie, wrong word. Why do we palm it off when actually, over time, it's going to build up and it'll all come out? Whether that's through an argument, you start saying stuff you regret, name calling, you know, bring up the past like it's relevant when it's actually irrelevant. When you ask someone, are they okay? On that occasion when someone says, "No, I'm actually not," that person's face changes. Like they're almost surprised and shocked that someone just said, "No, actually, I'm not okay." You know, I had this, you know, literally this week. Someone said to me, "Hey Cam, you all good?" I said, "Actually, no, I'm not actually. I'm really struggling with an obstacle that's coming my way recently. Something that I didn't really think I would personally experience, but unfortunately I have." And I just think it's one of them scenarios where when I said I'm not okay and they were in shock, like, "Oh, okay," I could tell that they weren't prepared to spare 5 minutes for me, because we generalise this, "You're alright," and we just expect the, "Yeah, I'm fine," but we shouldn't do that, you know? I'm not saying you have to talk about your life story to everybody, but if you're not okay, just say, "I'm not fucking okay." There's no shame in it, no shame at all. The more you do that, the more you recognise and acknowledge you're not okay. You know, it's like when I had, you know, one of my previous breakups, it ended in such a horrific way and a very abrupt way. It knocked me massively. I still stupidly went to work the next day, should I say that morning, because it happened early in the morning. And even though I was left in such a vulnerable state, and after a while, I realised actually, I need to put myself up first. You know, when people ask me then, "Oh, you know, like what's happened?" Like, you know, like it's not like you to, you know, seem a little bit disconnected and whatnot in space. I just said, "This has happened, this has happened, this has happened." You know, I'm left like this. People in absolute disbelief that I, out of all people they knew, was left in that situation. You know, and that was, yeah, 3 years ago now. But even though it was hard to process and deal with at the time, one of my residents at my main jobs, she asked me, "Oh, you know, like, how's you and so-and-so?" I could have chose there and then to say, "Do you know what? Yeah, we're good." And there's two things wrong with that. I'm lying to her, I'm lying to myself. So instead of lying about it, I just said to her, unfortunately, we're not together anymore. And this was literally asking me, literally a couple of weeks after it happened. So it's still quite fresh. Instead of me saying, okay, I'm just gonna lie about it and make her think that everything's all right. I said, no, I'm not okay. And that actually upset her because she thought she upset me when she asked me. I was honest. And I reassured her that it wasn't her fault, and she was just caring and asking about me and seeing if I'm okay. But the point is, the more I started to say, actually, no, I'm not with that person anymore, the easier it was to process it. It is really hard. But like I said, the more you do anything, you're being honest to yourself about anything, the easier your perspective will be to identify what's good and what's not. You've just got to be honest and say, okay, that's shit, or that's good. But the more you start denying it and you start, palming it off or just postponing it and just saying, oh, next week I'll come around to it, you actually won't. And this mental fatigue will start to develop. It will eventually wipe you out. It will overwhelm you. You'll start feeling even worse. But if you had just said, do you know what, actually, I'm not fucking alright and I need to speak to you. Trust me, make it a lot easier. I just think we need to be more honest with each other about our feelings. And again, you don't have to give a whole explanation or try to justify everything. Just say to people, look, at the moment, I'm not okay because of. And you don't have to delve into it there and then on the spot, but at least it lets people know where you're at. Otherwise, they're going to think you're absolutely fine because you've said you're fine, and then actually, when you have a blow up, you start saying stuff in an attitude, or you start swearing, or you start acting irrationally, people will be like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy? But if you're honest from the get-go and say, look, I'm actually not okay, I'm going to find things a bit of a struggle, it'll make things a lot easier. For you and actually everybody around you, trust me. It really, really will. Something I'd also suggest, when you write stuff down, make plans, before you go to something, minor or major, don't just look at one way of doing it, look at 2, maybe 3 ways of doing it. And that way, in the moment, method, technique 1 don't work, you've got number 2, 3, maybe 4 options. So for example, next year, you've always got a very busy year planned, straight from January all the way through the year. A very hectic start to the year. But I've sat there and I've looked at everything that I can, everything that I can control at the moment, and say, right, how do I structure it? How do I not make it easier? It's not about ease like that. It's just about structuring it and making it more efficient. So some people always think, it's like a cheat code to life and make things very easy. It's not about easy. It's about beneficial, efficient ways of doing it. Is it efficient enough? And is it realistic? Some people, turn to boxing for stress relief or mental health. It's not about the violence. It's not about I'm gonna knock people out all the time. It's about, learning the art. So if you're struggling with anything at the moment, find things overwhelming, think of people you can confide in. Friends, family, colleagues. As long as you feel comfortable talking about your business with whoever it is, as long as you're being honest with them and yourself, whatever it is will get better. Whether it's, a career-related issue, a financial issue, a housing issue, a relationship issue, even if it's loss, because I've experienced that in the last few months. Again, the more you're honest about it, I'm not saying it will go away. I'm just saying the way to process it and adapt your way of thinking about it will definitely improve. Don't beat yourself up about it. Be honest. And I keep saying be honest again and again. You're probably going to think, why does he repeat himself like a broken record? Because honesty is the best way to success, to clarity, to security. Honestly, be loose and fluid with the emotions, allow them to play. If you're feeling a bit emotional, let it out. If you're angry, hit a fucking punch bag. If you're feeling happy, go and spend some fucking time with your friends. Just feeling a bit teary-eyed, cry to some music. It's okay. Whatever it is okay. Life still goes on. So regardless of what's going on, I hope all of you are having a fantastic week. And whatever happens, believe in your abilities. Because whatever it is, you'll overcome it, you'll smash it. And the only person who can truly stop you from achieving anything is you. Because everything starts in here, your mindset. If you turn around and say, fuck it, I'm gonna bother, fuck it, I give up, you don't know what you could have achieved. Because even if you see something as a loss and you see it as a failure, you haven't really, because you learned that method didn't work. So it's about seeking what works. So it's not a loss, it's not a failure. It's about learning, okay, that method didn't work. Let me try something else. And I'm gonna leave you with a nice little cinematic montage of my workout today. And I'll catch you on the other side. That wraps up a nice light sesh. Nothing too dramatic or drastic this Sunday. But like I said earlier, with mental health, it's good to talk about your feelings, be open, transparent, don't hold back, don't procrastinate, tackle it head fucking on. Because the more you isolate those feelings, the more you avoid it, the more it's going to weigh you down. So don't allow that to happen. Even though you could be going through a financial issue, a housing issue, a loss, it will get fucking better. And I will send my love your way, send you positive vibes, and always seek help if you need it. There's no shame in that. So I'll catch you on the next video, guys. Stay safe, and together we'll make the movement. So I'll wrap up the video here. And if you can click just here, you can watch my most recent upload. And if you click just over there, you can subscribe as well. I'll catch you on the next one.